Today, in our session, we are going to continue solving the worksheet of this week. Now we are in exercise number 2 after finishing exercise number 1 yesterday. So exercise number 2, I want Hadi to read. Start reading, Hadi. To buy. ما أعرف هادي إذا رجع فات ولا لا. نشوف. يلا يا سارة. Start reading, please. سارة.
Yes, miss.
Start reading.
To buy 2 copybooks and 3 pen, we must pay 9,000 Lebanese liras. To buy 4 copybooks and 2 pens, we must pay 8,000 Lebanese liras. The preceding given are translated by the following system. 2x plus 3y is equal to 9,000. 4x plus 2y is equal to 8,000. Question 1. What do x and y represent in the system?
So what is x in the system, ya Sarah? The number of what?
Number of copybooks.
And what does y represent? The number of
pens.
So as Sarah said, x represents the number of copybooks and y represents the number or the price of 1 pen. Okay, so if I look at the system, I find 2x plus 3y, and here I have 2 copybooks and 3 pens. So x represents the copybooks and y represents the pens. Now in part 2, yes, in part 2, ya Abbas. Abbas.
Yes.
What is
the information translated by equation 2x plus 3y equals 9,000?
Okay. شو بتفهم منها هاي equation? If we buy how many copybooks?
If we buy 2 copybooks
and
3 pens,
we will pay
we paid 9,000
lira. صح. هيدي هي the information translated. If we buy 2 copybooks and 3 pens, we will pay 9,000 lira. Now in part 3, yes, Mariam, calculate.
Yes. Calculate the price of a copybook and the price of a pen.
So we should calculate x and y. Of course, we calculate them from the system, right?
Yes.
So we write the system, which is 2x plus 3y equal 9,000, 4x plus 2y equals 8,000. To solve this system, after solving it, we get x and y. Of course, x is the price of 1 copybook and y is the price of 1 pen. So to solve this system, whom would you like to eliminate, Mariam, x or y? It's easier to eliminate whom?
X.
X. To eliminate x, what do we do? Equation 1, we multiply it by 2 or minus 2 لأنه هون أنا عندي 2x وهون عندي
minus 2. Yes.
So multiply equation 1 by negative 2. Yes. So 2x times minus 2 is minus 4x. Plus 3y times negative 2 is minus 6y is equal to minus 18,000, and 4x plus 2y is equal to 8,000. Now we are able to eliminate x from both equations. If we add the equation 1 and equation 2, minus 6y plus 2y, we get, yes, ya Mariam, minus 6y plus 2y, we get?
Minus 4y.
Equal minus 18,000 plus 8,000. is minus 10,000. So we get this equation, minus 4y equal minus 10,000. It's of course a simple equation. So y equal minus 10,000 over minus 4. Of course here it misses a zero. يعني هون أنا ناسي zero بالtyping لازم يكون عندنا بعد. So minus 10,000 over minus 4. Negative over negative becomes positive. We always reduce our fraction. 10,000 over 4 is 2,500. So this is y. Y, we got y, which is the price of one copybook. This is y equal 2,500. Now let me go to Fadil. Yes, Fadil?
Yes.
جبنا الواي يا فضل، جبنا البرايس of one pen. هلا بدنا نجيب x which is the price of one copybook. What do we do to find x يا فضل؟ شو بنعمل نحن دايما؟ We replace. فضل عيد وراي. We
Yes.
replace
We replace
y، يعني هيدا الفاليو للواي. We replace
y
in any of these two equations. يعني انت بترجع على السيستم عندك بقلبه two equations. بس نلاقي الواي او بس نلاقي الاكس we replace them in any of these two equations. يعني اذا لقينا الواي ونحن بدنا نلاقي الاكس we replace them. يا باخد اول equation يا تاني equation بعمل replace للي انا لقيته لحتى اقدر لاقي التاني. دايما بنعمل هيك. So what do we do now? What we do is we replace, to find the value of x, replace y in any of the two equations. I take the first equation, which is 2x plus 3y equal 9,000. Of course, we replace y by 2,500. After calculating, we get 2x equal 1,500. So x equal 1,500 over 2. Then x is equal to 750. So y is the price of one pen, 2,500. X is the price of one copybook, which is 750. مش الحال؟
yes.
تذكرنا كيف بنحل system of two equations. Did we remember this, how we solve a system of two equations? Always, whenever we solve a system of two equations, after getting the value of the first variable, to get the value of the second variable كتير سهل. الفاليو يلي لقيته we replace it in any of the two equations to find the second variable. Now let me move to the final question in our worksheet for this week, which was في عنا لكن خليني اعمل stop sharing شوي. Let me see something. Okay, so we have now this exercise, which is question number 3 in our worksheet. Question number 3, which is this. This is question number 3 in the worksheet. This question, I have given it to you in one of the quizzes we did. Why am I repeating it now? Because most of you in the quiz did it in a wrong way. Either a wrong way in finding the solution or in calculation. يعني اللي لقوا الطريقة اللي بنحل فيها السؤال غلطوا بالكالكوليشن. يلي ما لقوا الطريقة من الأساس ما بعرف ليه، مع إنه الطريقة كتير سهلة هيدا السؤال. يعني هيدا السؤال صرنا كتير حالين مثله. صرنا كتير حاكيين عن Pythagorean theorem and the converse of Pythagorean theorem. يعني نحن دايما إذا صرتوا هلا عم بتلاحظوا we are repeating ourselves in every question we are solving. So question number 3, we have, yes Amir, a triangle.
Yes.
Read please Amir.
A triangle ABC is right at B, and AB equals to radical 11 minus radical 7, and BC is equal to radical 7 plus radical 11.
So
Find the length of AC.
as Amir said, I always advise you to draw a rough figure on draft. We have a triangle ABC, which is right at B. So the right angle is at vertex B. So ABC is a right triangle at B. Now we are given the length of AB, which is radical 11 minus radical 7, and we are given the length of BC, which is radical 7 plus radical 11, and we are given this, which is radical 7 minus radical 11. So we are given the length of two sides. We still have a missing side, which we should calculate, which is side AC is our missing side that we should calculate. Amir, I want to ask you, in triangle ABC, which is right at B, what does AC represent? What is AC in this triangle?
Hypotenuse.
Bravo, this is the first thing I should know, that AC is a hypotenuse. رح أقلكم شغلة, please always keep it in mind, never forget it. ما تنسوها بحياتكم. Whenever we are given a right triangle, and we know that in a right triangle or in any triangle, we have three sides. Whenever we are given the measure of two sides and there is a missing side measure, always think of using the converse of the Pythagorean theorem to find the measure of this missing side. So whatever this missing side is, we use the Pythagorean theorem because it is applied in a right triangle to find the measure of a missing angle in a right triangle. So here, after knowing that AC is a hypotenuse, we say طريقة الكتيبة كتير مهمة. مش دغري بنبلش نكتب مثل ما سالخينهم بالامتحان، لا، لازم نكتب إنه triangle ABC is right at B, then AC is the hypotenuse. Because AC is the hypotenuse, so here in this triangle we should apply Pythagorean theorem, which says the hypotenuse squared is equal first side squared plus second side squared. So AC squared is equal to AB squared plus BC squared. Of course, we are given the measure of AB, which is radical 11 minus radical 7. Now we replace. هلا هون اللي مغلطين بالامتحان مش عارفين يعملوا calculation، ضاعوا ليه؟ ولو this is one of the remarkable identities, A minus B, all of it squared. It is A squared minus 2AB plus B squared. And this is A plus B, all of it squared. It is A squared plus 2AB plus B squared. صح ولا لا اللي عم بحكيه؟ ولو we apply remarkable identities in this calculation. So if I want A squared, it is radical 11 squared. Of course, this squared cancels the radical. It is 11 minus 2AB. When I multiply radical 11 by radical 7, it gives me radical 77 times 2. So it is 2 radical 77. And we continue calculation. Here, minus 2 radical 77 plus 2 radical 77, they cancel each other. So my answer is 36. So AC squared is equal to 36. I want AC. So AC is equal to radical 36. Of course, 36 can be written as a perfect squared. So AC equals 6 squared. The squared cancels the radical, then AC is equal to 6. شايفين الطريقة? Do you see the steps I am writing in it? The steps are very important. How are you thinking to solve the exercise is very important to show. يعني مش يلا بلش اكتب مش عم بفهم حالي شو عم بكتب. بعدين هون I repeat, the calculation is very easy. This is the second remarkable identity we calculate. This is the third remarkable identity and we calculate. As simple as this. Got it, guys? اللي مغلطين فيه بالامتحان, did you get it? Most of you solve it correct in the exam, but you didn't start writing these. We should write these before applying the Pythagorean theorem. We should say, why are we able to apply the Pythagorean theorem? Since we have a right triangle, okay? since we have
Yeah.
right triangle. Is it clear, guys?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, now I
Yeah.
will show you an exercise which is not in the worksheet. Please, I will give you 3 minutes to think about this exercise, then we are going to solve it together. Try to solve it in a draft if you have a draft with you, please, okay?
Yes.
Okay.
So please, this exercise, you do not have it in your worksheet. You have 3 minutes now to solve it on a draft, please, okay? I'm with you, solve it. Okay, did you read these, guys? We have in the first part to rationalize the given fraction. Of course, are you still here, guys? I'm talking to you, okay?
Yeah.
So in the
Yeah.
first part, we should rationalize a fraction. When we are asked to rationalize a fraction, of course, in the denominator, we will be having radical. In our answer, we should get an answer without radical in the denominator. I don't care about the numerator, but in the denominator, we should have no more radical in it. So we have learned how to rationalize a fraction. What do we do? Who can remind me? What do we do to rationalize a fraction? Yes? Guys, what do we do to
You put the
rationalize
whole denominator, but do it plus. So
we always
it will be
multiply, listen, we always multiply by a fraction, which is the conjugate of the denominator. What do we mean by conjugate? Conjugate, if in the denominator, in between, we have a plus, then the conjugate should have a minus. Same as the denominator, but instead of a plus, we write in between a minus, okay? So this is what we do. We multiply by a fraction, which is the conjugate of the denominator. So 3 radical 2 minus 2 radical 3 over 3 radical 2 minus 2 radical 3. Now, numerator times the numerator over denominator times denominator, we get this. Of course, now it's a matter of calculation, but let me tell you something about the denominator. This is in the denominator, we always get a plus b into a minus b. So to calculate it, it's very easy. It is a squared minus b squared. So after calculation, look what we get in the denominator. We get radical 6 over 6. As you can see in our answer, we got rid of the radical in the denominator. We have no radical in the denominator, okay? Now, in the second one, of course, this is something we have learned in a real numbers lesson. We have this, with it's a sentence, it's an expression. In it, we have radicals. Always here the question is, write x in the form of a radical b. So my answer should be one radical with a radicand and a number. Of course, this number outside might be positive or negative. So whenever you are asked such a question, directly I think of simplifying the radicands. I look at the first radicand, it is 7. 7 is a prime number, so it cannot be simplified. 28, it can be simplified. So I always ask myself, can we write a 28 as a perfect squared? No, it cannot be written as a perfect squared. So we make the prime factorization of a 28, and the 63 cannot be written as a perfect squared. Also, we make the prime factorization of 63. Now we replace 28 and 63 by their prime factors. Of course, after replacing, now it's easy to simplify. This is written as a squared, so it goes out as 2, and this goes out as 3. Now, because we have a 3 outside, so 3 times 2, of course, it is 6, and 6 times 3, it is 18. Now, minus 2 radical 7 minus 6 radical 7 plus 18 radical 7. Since we have the same radicands inside, now we are able to add or subtract. Minus 2 minus 6 is minus 8. Plus 18, it is 10. So my answer is 10 radical 7. Compare your answers with what you have to write. It should be written as A radical B. So A is 10 and B is 7. Any question? Guys?
No.
No, I'm good.
So in this exercise, I wanted to revise how we rationalize denominator and how we simplify radicands to be able to add or subtract. This was our worksheet for this week. As you can see, every worksheet I'm giving to you is containing different kinds of questions. I'm trying to give you in every worksheet different questions from different lessons. As you can see, we are solving real numbers containing radicals. We are solving geometry, Pythagorean theorem and other theorems. We are solving circles, analytic geometry of both geometry and coordinate system. Solving a system of two equations. يعني قد ما في أنا عم حاول نوع لكم بالأسئلة لحتى نكون عم نتذكر كل شيء كل أسبوع. انتوا عليكم واجب يا جماعة. واجبكم هو مش يلا اليوم الخميس خلصنا ماث يلا ما بنعمل شيء سبت جمعة سبت أحد تنين. يعني أنا ما بشوفكم هلا 4 أيام جمعة سبت أحد تنين. أنا ما بشوفكم ولا بعرف انتوا شو عم تعملوا ولا بعرف انتوا كيف عايشين. أنا مش عم قلكم بهال4 أيام during these 4 days قعدوا قضوا حياتكم عم تدرسوا. ما رح أطلب منكم هيك but at least كل يوم لازم تمرقوا ساعة وما تروحوا تخترعوا اشياء انتوا تحلوها. رجعوا افتحوا ورك شيتس نحن عم نحلهم مع بعض، ريفيجن شيتس، افتحوا حلوا تذكروا كيف حلينا تايلز ثيورم. مرة الجاية بدي أعطيكم سؤال في بقلبه تايلز ثيورم. رجعوا تذكروا الرولز اللي نحن تعلمناهم بدرس الكوردينيت سيستم اوف اكسيز، لأنه من الامتحانات اللي أنا عم بعملهم بعد في كتير أشخاص مش حافظين الرولز لحد هلا. يعني بسألهم رول كيف بنطلع كوردينيت لبوينت اوف انترسكشن اوف تو ستريت لاينز ما عم يعرفوها، وهي رول يعني نحن لازم نكون حافظين شو لازم نعمل، شو هن الستبس، لانه الستبس كل مره عم نرجع بنعيدهم هن ذاتهم. صح عم بحكي ولا لا؟ أنا صراحة صرت قرفانة قد ما صرت حاكي. يعني أنا كل مرة بحس عم برجع بعيد الحكيات اللي أنا حكيتهم أول مرة وتاني مرة، عم برجع بعيد حالي، بس للأسف عم برجع بعيد حالي على الفاضي. يعني أنا حاسة ليل فيكم يلي عم يدرسوا، مش كلكم عم تدرسوا، ما تقنعوني إنه أنتوا عم تدرسوا وعم بتروحوا بتخبصوا هالتخبيص بالامتحان. يعني الامتحان بحسكم أنا عم تعملوا للامتحان رفع عتب. بتعرفوا شو يعني رفع عتب؟ إنه أنتوا عندكم امتحان، يلا بدنا نحله ونخلص، خلص خلصنا ماث، حلينا امتحان الماث، يلا جيبوا لي اللي بعده. هيك بحسكم. لا يا جماعة، هيدا مش شغل. بعدين أنا قلت لكم شغلة كتير مهمة، listen to me، لأنه في بعضكم during the quiz day they are sending to me, Miss, I have submitted my quiz but I'm not I wasn't able to finish it. I told you guys before, the quiz is not closed. أنا مش همي تعملوا لي submit قبل ما تخلصوا الامتحان. Please finish all your quiz وعمهلكم لتبعتوا لي إياه. هاي شغلة تانية. في أشخاص بس يصوروا الكويز when they take a picture of the quiz، بعدهم ما عم يعرفوا يعملوا لها upload as a PDF. عيب، لأنه نحن صرنا من سنة الماضية مفروض أنتوا بعتوا لكم فيديو how to upload a quiz as a PDF. معش اقبل البهدله بالتصوير اللي عم تبعتوا لي اياها، بيكونوا مصورين لي 3 اوراق محطوطين حد بعض، بدي اجي انا نقر عيني لشوف شو كاتبين بهال3 اوراق. صراحه انا ما عادش في نقر عيني وبحلق بالاوراق اللي انتم كاتبينهم. عم تفهموني شو عم بحكي يا جماعه؟ guys I'm talking to you. مش الحال؟ وصلت الفكره؟
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, we are done for today. Thank you guys all for joining. See you next week. Okay, bye.